Where do I see the viewer count?
On the phone.
Okay. We'll start shortly. Give me 1 minute. Get some people in here. We'll start shortly. Give me 1 minute. That didn't work out too well. All right. No donations. I'm not doing birthday readings. No donations today. I'm making that clear. If you donate to me, I'm not doing readings today. I'm going to do that in the next stream. Today, I want to talk about something extremely important. Today, I want to talk to my fellow brothers and sisters up north in Canada. Today, I want to talk about exactly why you should be the 51st state. And I need you to understand, we have no choice. We literally have no choice. Back during the Cold War, it was easy. It was the Soviet Union versus America. Their GDP could never match us. The Soviet Union was a military power, but they were not an economic power. The CCP is very different. They're building up their military, but they are an economic power. So America has to become a bigger economic power. And one of the ways to do that is to incorporate Canada to be the 51st state. I want people to understand something. Justin Trudeau destroyed the Canadian economy. I've talked a lot of junk about Biden over the years. I said he was a really bad president, and I stand by that today. But Biden looked like a saint compared to what Justin Trudeau did to the Canadian people and the Canadian economy. This man literally destroyed your nation. I'm going to throw some statistics at you because these are absolutely shocking statistics. Justin Trudeau took over for Prime Minister Harper in 2015, an upset I called at the time. He wasn't supposed to win, but I saw it. I saw Justin Trudeau winning. And I knew it was going to be bad. I didn't know it was going to be this bad. Justin Trudeau destroyed the Canadian economy. He destroyed it so bad that if Canada was the 51st state in 2015, the average GDP of a Canadian would be somewhere in the middle of the pack. Say Canada was the 51st state back in 2015. Their GDP would probably be the 25th, 26th on average. After Justin Trudeau destroyed your economy, if the Canada becomes the 51st state now, it would literally be the 50th state by GDP. I want you to understand this. The poorest states in America, West Virginia, Mississippi, Alabama, Arkansas, every person in those states, the average GDP is higher than Canada. That was not the case before Justin Trudeau took office. My fellow Canadian and fellow North Americans, Justin Trudeau completely destroyed your economy, and it's not going to get any better. The damage is irreversible, and your country cannot save you. At this point, my president, the American president, Donald Trump, has come to you and offered you Canadian citizens a lifeline. And the lifeline is very simple. Join America. Join the greatest country in human history. And you have to accept. Because the alternative is a road you do not want to go down. Now, I want to make this clear. No one is talking about military force. Military force is off the table. We are civilized people, and we will do this in a civilized manner. I want to repeat, military force is off the table. No one supports that whatsoever. But economic force, that is on the table. America subsidizes your defense. America subsidizes your economy. You guys are stealing money from the American people. And at this point, it's unacceptable. So, the status quo cannot go any further. So at this point, we need change. And the change is this. There will be an economic union between the United States and Canada. And I am asking Canadian citizens on January 20th, 2025, march down to the Canadian embassy peacefully. Again, peacefully. And demand to join the United States of America. Your government has failed you. Your system of government has failed you. You have a lifeline from the superpower called America. I suggest you take it. Because here's what's going to happen if you don't. Tariffs going up, not 25%, not 50%, 100%. Enough is enough. Sanctions going up. We don't want to little brother you. We don't want to do this. We want you to do the right thing. And the right thing is to march down to Ottawa the day Donald Trump becomes the president of the United States again and demand that your government join the United States of America in a peaceful transition of power. This would make America the biggest country on earth. And by the way, Greenland, we're not going to play with you the same way. See, those are our brothers up there in Canada. Those are our sisters up there in Canada. With you, we're not going to play games. We're going to take what we want, Greenland. So again, to the 500 people who actually live in Greenland, we're not even talking about you right now. You're going to do exactly what we want you to do. Donald Trump is president, and the deep state has basically bent the knee. Did you see videos of Obama and Trump at Jimmy Carter's funeral? Did you see it? I did. And if you people saw what I saw, you understand in the room full of ex-presidents and ex-vice presidents and movers and shakers, Donald Trump didn't sit next to the Clintons. Barack Obama didn't sit next to the Clintons or Harris or his puppet president, Joe Biden. He didn't sit next to any of them. He sat next to Donald Trump. And they were laughing and giggling. And you know what that was? That was a message that they have made peace. The deep state under Barack Obama and the American government under Donald Trump have made peace. And now, because all of Donald Trump's internal enemies have been neutralized, now we can focus on foreign policy. And foreign policy is this: the Chinese enemy is growing stronger day by day. So it's time for America to grow stronger as well. We will incorporate Canada's $2 trillion economy into America's to have a $28 trillion economy, the largest in human history. We will be the biggest country in the world by land. And then we'll be able to compete against the rising threat of the Chinese dragon. I will be in Washington, D.C. for Trump's inauguration. I will videotape it live here. I will be at Trump's inaugural ball. Only 5,000 people get to go in. I will be there. If they allow live streaming, I will do it straight here on YouTube. You'll see me at the inauguration in a week. But before that happens, I invite my fellow Americans and my fellow Canadians and dual citizens to join me at the American Embassy join me at the Canadian Embassy in Washington, D.C., where we will let the Canadian government know where we stand. And I encourage everybody listening who's a Canadian, march to Ottawa, the capital of Canada, on January 20th. Do it peacefully. No violence. Do it peacefully and demand that America and Canada join into an economic union, which will strengthen both our nations. The Canadian military is a joke. It will be absorbed into the American military. The Canadian dollar is pretty much toilet paper. Complete toilet paper. For God's sake, you guys trade all your oil in American dollars anyway. All the oil Canada sells all over the world is traded in American dollars anyway. You don't need that Canadian garbage. You just don't need it anymore. This is something that mutually benefits both parties. And quite frankly, the state of the Canadian economy right now, you have no choice. So I will say this again. On January 20th, I am asking all Canadians to march peacefully to Ottawa, to the American Embassy, and say, we want to be Americans. We want an economic union because your government has completely failed you. The status quo is no longer possible. It is time for change. Not the fake change with Barack Obama, but real change. You know, I'm going to keep talking numerology and astrology, but I'm also very political. And I believe in American exceptionalism. And yes, America has a lot of faults. There's a lot of things that America has done in the past that is completely inhumane and unacceptable. I will freely admit that. At the same time, America is the beacon of hope throughout the whole world. We're the ones that keep everything together. Without America, Europe will fall. Without America, the Middle East goes to hell. Without America, Australia becomes a Chinese colony. Same thing with Japan, same thing with Taiwan. Hell, same thing with most of Asia. America is the linchpin that keeps everything going. With all its faults, it's still the best country in the world. Not by a little bit, by a lot. You know, one statistic I could tell people is America is the most colorblind nation on earth. The fact is, only 4% of the world's population live in America. Only 4%. 13% to 15% of the American population is African American, or whatever you want to call them, Black Americans. There are literally 2 million Black Americans who are millionaires. Outside of America, there's maybe 10, 20,000 Black millionaires in the whole world. That shows you everything you need to know. If you work hard in the United States of America, you can make it. Not only that, your families can benefit because if you prosper, your family prospers. Every American is a part of my family, and I'm extending the invitation along with Donald Trump for Canadians to join the American family. You will be part of the most powerful, not just military, but economic powerhouse in human history. On January 20th, I'm not asking, I am demanding the Canadians who want to be part of the United States of America, whether it be a 51st state or economic union, go to Ottawa peacefully and demand that you want to be American citizens. Enough is enough. At this point, the Canadian government is a joke. Justin Trudeau is a joke. No one respects him around the world. Yet, if Donald Trump is your president, you will not only be respected, you will be feared. And quite frankly, fear is much better than being laughed at like a joke. Do you remember, my fellow Canadians, when the Chinese took 2 of your citizens hostage and they wouldn't even talk to your prime minister? Do you think that would have happened under Donald Trump? Never. Absolutely never. Donald Trump right now is the most powerful American president in modern American history. He controls both chambers of the House and the Congress, and he has no political opposition that has any teeth. Justin Trudeau is on his way out. Do you guys enjoy your inflation over there of 20, 30%? Do you enjoy not being able to afford rent in Canada? Do you enjoy paying abnormal rates and taxes? What is it, 60, 70% you guys pay over there? Absolutely ludicrous. You can do something to change your country right now, and you can do it in a peaceful way. January 20th, join your American brothers and sisters in solidarity while we inaugurate Donald Trump as the 47th president of the United States. You go to your Canadian embassy. You go to your American embassy in Canada, in Ottawa, and start shouting, USA, USA, because that is what needs to happen. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to listen to this, because 2025, the world will change, especially in the snake year. A snake always sheds its skin. 1989, Berlin Wall fell. In a snake year, the snake sheds its skin. The country's unified. And the same thing's going to happen for America and Canada, whether you like it or not, quite frankly. Thank you for your time. USA, Canada, the North American Union. Make the Americas great again.